Hey guys! Today we're going to be taking a look at the Mystery Ranch Urban Assault 24, which is a very durable and comfortable all-purpose bag. And whenever I thought of Mystery Ranch in the past, this is always the style of bag that came to mind to me with its signature tri-zip opening. And so I was very excited to test it out and see how it compared to some of the other daily bags that we've looked at from the company. And so far, it's been a really great experience. I love the size of the bag. It's very well built. The harness system has been fantastic, and I really like the overall organizational layout. So I'm really excited to share it with you guys, and I want to thank the company for sending the bag for me to test out. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Starting out with the outside of the bag, I really like the overall aesthetic. This definitely has a very distinct look, and I do think it's going to work well in a variety of environments. But with that being said, it's not quite as minimal looking as some of Mystery Ranch's other packs with all the zippers that it has along the front, so it may not fit in quite as well into a professional environment or when you're wearing a slightly nicer outfit. If that's not as big of a concern for you, however, and you're just looking for something that you can take into the outdoors or for just your normal day-to-day, then the look is going to work pretty well. The bag is offered in a bunch of different colors. The version that you see here is kind of a minty green color, but it's also offered in your standard black and gray. And then they also have some really interesting combinations, such as a blue with orange zippers. So if you want to check out all the options that Mystery Ranch has, make sure to visit their site. And so jumping into the materials, like the other Mystery Ranch bags that we've looked at, this has a really great build quality, a very durable 500D Cordura fabric that offers a nice amount of weather resistance. And on top of that, it has very beefy YKK zippers all along the front with really great aqua guard. So no matter what, it feels like the stuff inside of this bag is going to be very well protected. And then as far as the capacity, the bag comes in at about 24 liters, which is a really versatile size in my opinion. It's going to offer more than enough space for anything that you need to carry on your day-to-day, but it also has enough space if you want to use this for a quick trip. And so the Urban Assault line is offered in 3 sizes. The version that I have here, as I mentioned, is the 24, but they also have it in a 21 and 18 liter version. So if you have a little bit of a smaller frame or you just want a more minimal daily carry bag, those are going to be good options to check out. For me personally though, I was very intrigued by the 24 liter size just because it gave me a little bit more flexibility in how I could use it. Continuing along the outside, I was happy to see that the bag has 2 external water bottle compartments, and I was able to fit the same bottle that you've seen in all my other daily bag videos. With that being said, however, it did start to feel a little bit tight, especially when I packed the bag out more. The compartments don't have much elasticity, and they do kind of share volume with the main area, so if you pack the bag out a lot, this is going to get really tight, or if you put a thicker water bottle in here, it is going to take away some space from the inside, and also sometimes clash with some of the internal organization that we'll see in a little bit. So still nice to have these external pockets here. I just wish that they had added a little bit of elasticity to make them easier to use. Moving on to the straps and the back paneling, this is definitely one of the best parts of the bag. It's been really comfortable to wear. I love how the straps have been implemented here. They have a great amount of padding. They're nice and thick, but they're still soft. On the inside, they have this meshy material to help prevent moisture from building up. And then they also have a great width to help prevent the bag from digging into your shoulders, even when it's fully packed out. And then at the top, they have these very adjustable load lifters that are going to help you really kind of fine tune how the bag sits on your back and allow you to pull the weight up and close to make it a lot more comfortable to carry. Moving on to the back paneling, this has also been really comfortable, a nice amount of padding here and the same mesh material that we saw on the straps. The back padding is also a little bit elevated here, as you can see, but it doesn't have a lot of air channels, so I did notice that my back would still get a little bit sweaty, especially as I wore this for a longer period of time. With that being said though, it still felt really great, and I really like kind of how this curves here. It really fits my back well, it contours nicely, and it has this nice additional support on the lower back to just make a very great overall carry. Jumping into the organizational layout, the bag keeps things pretty simple, but the pockets that it does offer are very effective. So I'm going to flip the bag around to start off with this top quick access area that sits on the lid to the main compartment. Very well protected zipper here. You can get this stuff very easily. A nice amount of space. So on the inside, what I currently have here is my Ray-Ban sunglasses with their case. And then I also have a lightning cable to charge my phone and my tablet. And then I also have my Apple AirPods Pro. So even with the items that I had in there, plenty of leftover space. I really like how much this comes up and the volume that this provides. On the inside, no sort of additional internal organization or fleece lining. On the bottom, there's just a simple meshy area that allows you to see the contents of this compartment even when you're in the main area. So really nice, simple implementation here. Love how much space this provides and how easy it is to get to items throughout the day. The next area that we're going to take a look at is the laptop compartment, and this has another very well protected zipper here, and I really like that this compartment is separate from the rest of the main area, as I feel like this adds a little bit of additional protection and just makes it easier to get the laptop in and out of the bag. And so before jumping into the sleeve itself, the first thing I want to mention is that there is some additional space here, so I was able to fit a simple folder where I keep all my papers and receipts. And so that's really nice to have that additional flexibility. And then on the back of the compartment, there is also a simple sleeve that's going to be great for storing something like a tablet. Currently what I have in here is my iPad mini 2, and that fits in there very easily. This sleeve should be able to hold up to a full-size 10-inch tablet, and it is elevated off the bottom of the ground, so that's nice to add that extra bit of protection. It doesn't have too much padding, it's a little bit more on the flimsier side, and it doesn't have any sort of fleece lining, so really just a simple area to store your tablet or a similarly sized device to make it easy to grab during the day. And then moving on to the actual laptop compartment, always really like how Mystery Ranch implements these. They do a great job of elevating the compartment to add that additional protection for your laptop. Plenty of space here. It comes up a decent amount if you happen to have a thicker device. And this should be able to hold up to a 15-inch laptop. Currently what I have in here is my 13-inch MacBook Pro. And then the sleeve itself offers a nice amount of rigidity, definitely a little bit more padded than the tablet sleeve that we just saw, so it feels like your device is going to be well protected. And so pulling my laptop out, now with the compartment emptier, you can get a better feel for the inside. No sort of fleece lining, but in addition to the rigid padding on the front, on the back there's also a nice frame sheet that goes all the way down to the bottom to give you some additional support and comfort for when you have to carry a heavier device. So overall, just a really great implementation here. It definitely feels like my laptop is going to be very well protected throughout the day. The last area that we're going to take a look at is the main compartment, and before jumping into that, I want to talk a little bit about the tri-zip system that Mystery Ranch here. This is a very interesting idea. I really like the flexibility that it gives you for accessing the main area of the bag. So you can use this as a top loader, or then if you want to open it up to be able to see everything, you can zip this all the way down. So lots of versatility there. And then when you want to get into the bag, because there's a little bit of an elevated lip here, you can pull back and quickly rip this open, allowing you to quickly access the top area of the bag. So nice system there. And then it's really great that Mystery Ranch has these beefy zippers. The first few times that I was ripping it open like that, I was a little bit hesitant. It takes a little while for it to break in, so you have to pull a little bit harder, but so far the system has worked well. And then if you don't want to open the bag up fully, it's nice that this is just kind of a big bucket of space where you can just reach in and grab whatever you need. For the purposes of this video, however, I am going to go ahead and open up this main area as well so that you can easily see into the main compartment and you can check out all the different organizational options that it has. And so I really like the layout of this main area. Lots of space, as I mentioned earlier, 24 liters of capacity, so I was easily able to fit all my normal day-to-day items. And there's even some leftover space if I wanted to take something bulkier like a lunchbox or a pair of gym clothes and some shoes. And so the first thing that I have here is a hard case that I used to carry my DJI Mavic Mini. I don't always take this with me on my day-to-day, but because I had some leftover space here, I figured I'd toss it in. After that, I have my Beats Studio wireless headphones. And then I also have my Levitate portable standing desk. And so those were the items that I had just kind of laying out in this main area. Now with the compartment a little empty, you can get a feel for the capacity, so plenty of space here. And then lots of nice internal organization. So starting on the flaps, both of the flaps have a very similar layout. They have this deep compartment that's just a simple slip area that you're gonna be able to hold something bigger and bulkier. So in this one here on the right, what I currently have is just my Able Carry stash pouch, which has some of my smaller tech accessories. And so I really like how deep this goes. It's going to be another great spot to put something like an umbrella or a water bottle or maybe even a pair of flip-flops. And then above that, you just have a simple mesh zippered compartment. Nice amount of space here. You can easily see what's on the inside of the compartment. Currently what I have here is just a simple USB mouse. So like that this has a decent amount of volume, so if you have something bulkier, it's going to be very easy to store here. And then moving on to the left flap, similar layout here in this larger compartment. What I currently have is the remote for the DJI Mavic Mini, so that fits in there very comfortable. Same amount of depth and volume as the compartment that we just looked at. One thing that I'll mention here is that this is an area that starts to kind of conflict with the water bottle pocket on the outside. So when you try to fill both of these up with a bulkier item, it's going to be very hard to make them both fit. I was able to squeeze my water bottle in with the DJI controller, but one thing that I noticed is that it did give my bag kind of a little bit of a strange shape. So just something to keep in mind when you're kind of laying everything out. And then above that, there is another mesh zippered compartment with a decent amount of space. So currently what I have in here is my GoPro Hero 3 Plus. That fits in there very easily. So just really like having all these simple and larger compartments to make it very easy to organize all of my stuff in here. And then moving on to the back of the compartment, some more just kind of simple organizational options here. Starting off at the top, there is a larger slip pocket that's a little bit elevated from the bottom, so a nice amount of space here. Currently what I have is just a full-size moleskin notebook. And then moving down below that, there's just some simple slip pockets. So starting with this one here on the left, I have my BluePop portable Bluetooth speaker and power bank. I really like how much volume this compartment offers, so it's gonna be a great spot to hold maybe some chargers or a mouse or maybe even a portable hard drive. And so one thing that I'll note about these compartments that come up a lot like this one is that I don't normally put bulkier items just because it creates some interesting bulges when you're trying to lay things down flat against the bag. So I'll sometimes end up leaving these empty, but I wanted to show the volume that they have. And then next to that, there's just two simple slots that you can use for smaller items such as a nail clipper, which is what I have here, or a stylus or a pen. And then all the way on the right, there is another larger slip pocket similar to the first one that we looked at. As I mentioned, I just chose to leave that emptier to make it a little bit easier for the larger items to lay back against the bag. And then the last pocket here on the back is just a simple zippered compartment that's gonna be great for holding smaller accessories that you don't want falling out and floating in the rest of the bag. So currently what I have in here is just my Samsung T5 portable hard drive. So a nice amount of space here, I can easily fit my whole hand. Love the flexibility that this larger compartment offers for holding any smaller accessories. And then if you don't wanna use it, it's nice that it just kind of lays flat and stays out of the way against the back of the bag. And so the last thing that I wanted to showcase here was how well this could work for a quick trip. And so what I wanted to do is load it out with all the items that I normally take with me on a trip. So the first thing that I have here is my double-sided compressible packing cube from Arkedo that has my larger clothing items. And then I also have a smaller packing cube that has my underwear, socks, and t-shirts. And so I'll go ahead and start to close this up so that it doesn't start to stretch out too much. And then it's nice that you have this pull tab at the bottom to help with this beefy zipper. And so you still have some space here at the top for some additional items. And so the last thing that I'll toss in here is just a simple pair of shoes. And I'll go ahead and start to close this up to make sure that everything still fits comfortably. And as you can see, even with all the items that I currently packed in there, which would be more than enough for a weekend or maybe even a week-long trip, there's still some leftover space. Because of the volume here at the top, I still have some additional capacity if I wanted to toss in my dop kit or any additional accessories. So just love the versatility of this 24-liter capacity. It manages to work well for your day-to-day. And if you're looking for something durable and versatile that you're gonna be able to take into a bunch of environments that's gonna be very comfortable, this is gonna be a great option to check out. And so to wrap up, it's been a really great experience testing out the Urban Assault 24 over the past couple of weeks. It's been really comfortable to wear, very solidly built, it has an awesome organizational layout, and I really like the 24-liter capacity. And so you can currently purchase this on Mystery Ranch's site for about $165, which I think is a pretty good price considering the features and build quality that the bag has to offer. And I also think it compares well to other bags in this price range. And so as I was testing this out, one of the first bags this made me think of was the Mystery Ranch Ripbrook, which we took a look at pretty recently. And that was a really solid everyday carry bag. It came in at 21 liters, so it was a little bit smaller than this version here, but it has a great build quality, it's very comfortable to wear, and it even has a pretty similar aesthetic with the quick rip style zippers. So if you prefer more of a traditional day bag and you really like Mystery Ranch's products, that's gonna be a great option to check out. The next bag this made me think of was the Air Duffel Pack 2, which has a pretty similar organizational layout to this. It doesn't have the tri-zip opening, but it does have a duffel style opening along the front, and it has a pretty similar capacity, a really sleek look, a great build quality. It's also very comfortable to wear, and it comes in at a pretty similar price. So if you're looking for maybe a bag that's not quite as tactical looking and that's also gonna work a little bit better if you like to take some gym clothes with you on your day-to-day, that's gonna be a great option to keep in mind. Another bag this made me think of is the Boundary Supply Prima system, which is a really solid all-purpose bag, and it doesn't have the same aesthetic as this necessarily, but it does have a similar zipper style opening on the front to provide easy access to the entire area of the bag. And so that one's gonna come in at a slightly higher price point, but it's really well built, it's comfortable, and if you have to carry some camera gear with you on your day-to-day, that's gonna be a great option to check out. The next bag this made me think of is the Tortuga Set-Out Laptop Backpack, which has been one of my favorite all-purpose bags. That one comes in at around 25 liters, so very similar to this. It's gonna work well for quick trips or your day-to-day, and that one also has a really great build quality, a super comfortable harness, and it comes in at a little bit of a lower price. So if you have a tighter budget and you're looking for something very solid and versatile, the Tortuga Set-Out Laptop Backpack is gonna be one of the best options to check out. And then the last option that I'll mention here is the Fjallraven Raven 28, which has been one of the best kind of traditional style backpacks that we featured on the channel. It's really well built, it has a lot of great organizational options, and its 28-liter capacity works surprisingly well for day-to-day and for quick trips. So if you're looking to save a little bit of money and just want something simple and versatile, the Fjallraven Raven 28 is going to be one of the best options to keep in mind. With all that being said, the Urban Assault 24 holds up really well against all those bags. It's been great to use, and if you're looking for something durable and comfortable that you're going to be able to take into a bunch of different environments, this is going to be a great option to check out. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you guys think of the Urban Assault 24, and if there are any other similar options that you think I should feature on the channel. As always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to go ahead and thank the company again for sending the bag for me to test out. And if you guys found this video useful, please give us a like. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And thank you guys so much.